Yeah, disappointing outcome tonight. Um, Coming off the heels of what we felt was a fairly good effort last night against a really resilient, hardworking, well-organized team. This evening we got the start we wanted, really good first 20, and then the ebbs and flows of the game pulled us away from how we need to play to be successful, and it's an honest game. We're 12 games in here, and these lessons are becoming harder and harder to swallow for sure. But for us, it's eyes forward. Like we've got to reflect, come together, decide what it is we want, and go pursue it relentlessly.
Coach, I'm going to start with yesterday. I don't know if you were aware, but that game spaced out exactly as the Yale game did previous.
Yeah.
3-0 after one.
Yeah.
4-2 after two. You guys come away with the win.
Yeah.
What was kind of the difference between that game against Yale and then the win yesterday?
Yeah, I think it's about regardless of what the game throws at you, regardless whether the refs or you run into a hot goaltender or the opponent, whatever, regardless of what it is they throw at you, it's about staying the course and believing and leaning into your play. And that was the messaging. We wanted to play to win in the third yesterday, and I thought our group, collectively made that decision and did it and pulled away and added a late one. Whereas tonight you head into the second, we're up one. The ball's in our court, really. We have to collectively make that decision to play to win.
Belina was very good for RIT and net. When you run into a hot goalie, is there something else that you guys could try and do offensively besides, take it? You guys obviously had a bunch of shots, but is there a specific thing that you could do to kind of break it down and almost take her out of the play?
Yeah, I credit to her. She played well throughout the course of the weekend. I think with goaltenders, you want to expand the net. You want to have a backside presence. You want to throw pucks at feet, and really have a unending hunger to retrieve those loose pucks that tend to be floating around the crease when you throw pucks to the net. It's hard to get there, and so you got to want to get there. But you also have to set a certain sense of expectancy, so you're ready for it when it comes. So you got to be hungry in those areas, and you got to throw pucks to those areas, and keep chipping away. But you can't allow it to frustrate you, because when you're frustrated, we're not thinking clearly, and so that impacts our timing and rhythm, and that's no good for us. It's about leaning in and believing how we want to play and being all in on that.
Power play was really good for you guys yesterday. 0 for 3 today.
Yeah.
What do they kind of do to shut you down in the second?
Well, last night I don't know if our execution was really dialed in and on rhythm, frankly. They did a nice job. We got a really nice look and buried on it. But this evening, you're right, we had the ref gave us 2 really good opportunities in the third to pull away, and those are moments where you got to, in those moments, being self-aware, like this is an opportunity. And you earn calls. And we had some good shifts prior to both those, and you earn those calls. And collectively we got to come together and recognize, hey, this is a good opportunity. And you got to want to you're licking your chops, salivating at it, and still have some learning there for sure.
First period, you guys 34 shots, 17 of them were on goal, and then I think in the first period.
Yeah.
Second period, only 4 shots on goal.
Yeah.
What do they kind of do to change things up going into that?
Yeah, I can't speak too much to the opponent. I'm sure they had a couple adjustments, but we're always going to look internally. And those 34 shot attempts or 17 on net, I think it is, you said, those aren't any accident. Those are earned through playing the right way. And you don't get those looks. They're never hand delivered to you. They're manufactured through playing really good team hockey. And you can't just expect for them to come. And I thought maybe we felt like we were things were going our way, and maybe get a little complacent in that. And it's a good team. The opponent's a good team, and they're going to make you pay. I'm not sure what the opponent did there, but we're going to be internal and speaking to our team. It's just we got to stay the course, and things don't go our way.
After a game like that, where you generate plenty of chances, but you don't really get any of the breaks to score, How do you resist overreacting and maybe jumbling up the lines, or is that something that after a game like today you maybe consider?
Yeah, I think those you're always gonna sleep on it and look at it with fresh eyes and see where you can maybe make some changes. And as much as we want to win on the beginning of November, like no doubt we want to win every game. But the trap is to overreact. I mean, our objective is to have our team maximizing our potential by the end of the year. And so part of that is going to be some reflection, see if there's some little things we can do to change things up and go from there. But first things first, we're going to sleep on it for sure.
Coach, 2 years as an assistant with Josh Grazer, 1920,
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was across the ice from you. When you split, so I don't want
Yeah.
to ask if it's
Yeah.
good to see him across,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just talk about kind of your relationship with him.
Yeah, always great to see Grace. I love that guy. He's a very good friend of mine. Passionate about the game, passionate about helping young athletes reach and achieve the goals at which they set out for themselves. So always a pleasure to see Josh over there. And he was a director of ops, and he's now in a position that he loves as an assistant coach. And he's done some great work over there. So always great to visit. Yeah.
Big weekend coming up next, obviously with the travel partner Cornell for you guys. Starts here at home. How do you get back in the right side of things against a team that right now sitting in first place?
Yeah, I don't think we worry too much about the opponent. We gotta clean up our own room, and come together and have some conversations. They're a great team. They're well coached. It's going to be a great weekend. For us, this is in the past. We got to put it behind us, take the lessons that we can learn from this past weekend. But we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We don't have time for it, and can't sulk about it. We got to be ready to go.